Good evening. This is the news at 4, coming to you from Akoko FM Ltd. Omobayonle Agboola is my name. Headlines of the news. Body Church warns against harassment of Bauchi or your governors. Gombe farmers raise alarm over rising Ipo attacks. Yobe boat accident death toll rises to 29. Police arrest 55-year-old man for impregnating minor in Ondo. And lastly, this evening, 25 farmers killed, 14 missing in Yobe boat accident. The cheese of the news in a moment. We'll be right back very shortly.
Akoko FM Radio, Okalawa.
And thank you for staying with us. The news in full. Former Deputy National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Chief Olabode George, has warned that the harassment of opposition figures, including Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State and Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, poses a serious threat to Nigeria's democracy and federal structure. George made the remarks in a statement on Monday while reflecting on Nigeria's democratic journey and recent political economic developments. He stressed that democracy cannot survive without a strong and viable opposition, describing a system without dissent as a dictatorship in disguise. Democracy thrives on a plurality of ideas, not the silence of the grieved, he said. The PDP chieftain condemned what he described as growing intolerance toward dissenting political voices, noting that the reported intimidation of the Bauchi and Oyo governors goes beyond political rivalry. The harassment of these governors is not a mere political skirmish, it's a calculated assault on federalism. George stated, adding that intimidating elected state executives holding opposing views signals a dangerous drift toward authoritarianism. A caution that policies or actions perceived as weakening opposition parties could undermine democratic governance in the country. And according to him, effective leadership must be rooted in service and sacrifice to have meaningful impact. George also called on the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to ensure fairness and transparency in future elections. The credibility of our democracy rests squarely on INEC. Thereof, miracle results and technical glitches must end, he said. On economic matters, George advised the federal government to exercise caution in imposing taxes, warning that excessive taxation causes for businesses and worsens citizens' living conditions. While revenue generation is important, it must not come at the cost of people's survival, he noted. Drawing lessons from the international experience, he cited Venezuela as an example of how excessive taxation and suppression of opposition can destabilize even resource-rich nations. Venezuela reminds us that when leadership prioritizes power over the people, nations crumble, George said. He therefore urged Nigerians to protect democratic institutions, respect opposing views, and prioritize the welfare of citizens. The soul of our nations depends on it, he added. Farmers in inner community Yamato Deba local government area of Gombe State have raised concerns over increasing attacks by hippopotamuses, which they say are destroying farmlands, threatening livelihoods and endangering lives. Speaking with the head of farmers in the community, Mr. Zachary Landan, said the population of hippos in the area are rising to over 40, leading to widespread destruction of crops and loss of lives. Ladan disclosed this between September 2025 and January 2026. More than 100 hectares of farmlands had been destroyed by the animals. Crops affected include rice, beans, maize, cabbage, carrots, okra, onions, sweet melon, watermelons, and other vegetables, with losses estimated over 180 million naira. He added that the situation had become deadly, revealing that 3 people had been killed while 3 others sustained serious injuries and are currently receiving treatment in Gombe. According to him, the animals roam freely on farmlands, noting that a single hippo can destroy up to 2 hectares of farmlands in a day. He appealed to the government and relevant authorities for urgent interventions to protect lives and livelihoods. Another farmer, Malam Aruna Inal, said his carrot and okra farm was destroyed by hippos, explaining that 1 hectare of carrots alone was valued at about 1.7 million naira. Inal lamented that despite reporting the attacks annually to the state government, non-governmental organizations, and other authorities, farmers had received little support. Other affected farmers also appealed to the federal and state governments for assistance, including farm inputs to enable them return to farming. They further called on stakeholders to support fishermen in the community to adopt fish farming as an alternative means of livelihood. The death toll from the boat accident that occurred on Saturday in Nguru local government area of Yobe State has risen to 29. The state government has confirmed. The executive secretary to the Yobe State Emergency Management Agency, YOSEMA, Dr. Mohammed Kochi, disclosed this in a statement issued in Damaturu on Monday, saying 4 additional bodies were recovered from the river. Dr. Ruchi added that search and rescue operations were still ongoing, as between 8 and 10 passengers remained missing. He noted that 13 injured passengers had been treated and discharged from a local hospital. According to preliminary findings, overloading and structural defects in the boat were identified as the major causes of the accident. Following the incident, Governor Mai Malabuni directed the SEMA to collaborate with relevant federal agencies to strengthen safety measures on inland waterways. He just said the move would enhance the policing of water transportation and ensure the enforcement of life jacket usage. Once this is achieved, it can be assured that anyone boarding a canoe must wear a life jacket, and this should be institutionalized, he said. The news agency of Nigeria reported that the ill-fated boat departed from Adeyani in neighboring Jigawa State and capsized along the Yobe River in Gabi-Chan at about 7:48 p.m. on Saturday. More than 50 passengers, mainly farmers and traders, were believed to be on board at the time of the accident. The location of the incident is over 230 kilometers from Damaturu, the state capital of Yobe. The Ondo State Police Command says it has arrested a 55-year-old man, Ademola Joshua, over an alleged case of incest and sexual abuse. The command spokesperson, DSP Abayomi Jimo, who disclosed this on Monday, said the suspect allegedly impregnated a 15-year-old minor. Jimo explained that the incident was reported to the command on January 4 by one Adewale of Ilara Mokin, who alleged that the suspect had been engaging in unlawful sexual activities with a sister's daughter. According to Jimo, the complaint said the act was uncovered following inquiries into the cause of the victim's pregnancy. Upon receipt of this disturbing report, the case was immediately referred to the Gender-Based Violence Unit of the Command for discreet and thorough investigation. The suspect is currently in custody and will be charged to court upon the conclusion of investigations. Meanwhile, the command reiterates its unwavering commitment to protecting the rights and dignity of women and children. It's also to ensure that perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence are made to face the full weight of the law without compromise, he said. Jimo said the arrest aligned with the policing vision of the Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Egbetokun, whose reform-driven leadership, he noted, continues to strengthen gender-sensitive policing. He added that the IGP's policing vision was aimed at promoting accountability and enhancing strategic responses to sexual and gender-based violence nationwide. He therefore said the state command remained resolute in translating IGP's vision into visible actions that build public trust and enhance community safety. The command spokesperson also appreciated members of the public for their timely and courageous reporting. He urged residents to remain vigilant and continue to provide credible and actionable information to the police for swift intervention. Together, we can build a safer society for our children and generations unborn, he said. And no fewer than 25 persons, mostly farmers and fishermen, have been confirmed dead following a boat accident in Nguru local government area of Yobe State, while 14 others are still missing. The incident occurred on Saturday when a canoe carrying about 52 passengers capsized while traveling from Adiani Town in Nguru local government area of Jigawa State to Gabi Town in Nguru local government area of Yobe State. According to findings, the passengers were returning from fishing, farming, and other commercial activities when the boat overturned midway across the water channel. The National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) confirmed the incident in a statement on Sunday by its head of media, Manzo Ezekiel. It said 13 persons were rescued following the mishap. The statement noted that the Director General of NEMA, Mrs. Zubaida Umar, had activated the agency's Maiduguri Operations Office and deployed to emergency response team to support ongoing research and rescue efforts. The NEMA team will coordinate with the Yobe State Emergency Management Agency, USEME, and other relevant stakeholders to strengthen rescue operations, the statement said. NEMA explained that it was alerted to incident by USEME that the accident occurred at about 7:48 p.m. on Saturday, January 3, 2026, providing an update on casualties. The agency said, as of the time of reporting, 25 persons have been confirmed dead, while 13 persons have been successfully rescued through the combined efforts of emergency responders and community volunteers. 14 persons remain missing and search and rescue operations are still ongoing. The Director General expressed sympathy to the families of the victims and reaffirmed NEMA's commitment to working closely with state and local emergency agencies, divers and community volunteers to ensure the recovery of the missing persons. She also cautioned riverine communities against overloading ports and urged the use of life jackets and other safety devices during water transportation. The latest incident adds to the growing number of boat accidents recorded across the country in recent weeks. And with this, we've come to the end of the news at 4, coming to you live and direct from Akoko FM Ltd. Before we go, here are the major recap of the major stories. Boldly Church warns against harassment of Bauchi or your governors. Gombe farmers raise alarm over rising Igbo attacks. Yobe boat accident death toll rises to 29. Police arrest 55-year-old man for impregnating minor in Ondo. And lastly, this evening, 25 females killed, 14 missing in Yobe boat accident. The news was edited and compiled by Jacob Obaluluawine. And for any breaking news in your vicinity or your area, reach us on the studio number as has been displayed on the screen: 091 38 35 46 65. Once again, 091 38 35 46 65. And as well, don't forget to go to social media and do Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Akoko FM Ltd is the code. Good evening and thanks for listening. I am Omobayonle Agboola. Bye for now.
Àkókò FM radio.
Ìkànnì aláràgbà yìí dá.
Àkókò FM radio.
Ìkànnì tó ta wọ́n yọ.
Àkókò FM radio.
Ọ̀kàláwà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, kò sígi tó lè rùn kó borí ifọ̀ nígbó, kò sí kòkòrò tó lè rùn bí ìkàmùdù. Àkókò FM radio. Egun tí ó ṣe bí eyín, ó sọ wọ́n lágbárí. Ìkànnì kan ṣoṣo bí ẹgbàágbèje ìkànnì rédíò. Níbi kásẹ̀tù kó mọ́gbọ́n wá. Ìròyìn tí ò lábùlà. Bákan náà ká gbé àṣà àti ìṣe Yorùbá lárugẹ. Ṣíṣe àpọ́nlé àwọn orí adé tó ń tọrùn lẹ̀kẹ̀. Kábàánì package event kọ́dùn mọ̀ràn ìyùngbà tòmí alàgbàgbà. Àkókò FM radio. Àwa lọ̀gá, àwa gangan làgbà. Ó yá gbogbo onílé iṣẹ́ ńláńlá, olókoòwò kéékèèké, oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, oníṣẹ́ àdáni, ilé iṣẹ́ ìjọba, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣègbéyàwó, tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣe ayẹyẹ òkú àgbà, ìṣílé, ìkíníkù ọdún, anniversary, tẹ́ ẹ wá ń wá ìkànnì tẹ́ ó ti polongo ọjà yín tí ó fi kárí àgbáyé. Àkókò FM radio níbẹ̀ ni kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀. Lóòótọ́ àkókò lónílẹ̀ òbí. Àkókò FM radio bàbá rédíò. Ẹ máa follow àwọn pages wa lórí Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook àtàwọn social media handles wa tó kù. Ẹ lè kó wá sórí 091 38 35 46 65 091 38 35 46 55. Àkókò FM radio Ọ̀kàláwà.